Welcome back to Miami University Esports we're back. My name is Colin Sweeney,
I'm Xander Lewis.
and we're back with some Overwatch this Thursday evening. It's a little chilly outside, but we're in here. It's getting warm, and I think these players are getting a bit fired up, getting ready for their game. We can hear them yelling from the other room. They're getting excited, but we're this Thursday we're playing against Eastern Michigan University. We're pretty excited. We're hoping for a really good game. Last regular season, they were 3-10, and as far as we are aware, they have the same team.
As far as we are
As
aware,
far as
we
we are
don't know
aware.
if they updated whatever they put their teams on. So hopefully they have the same team. If not, we're going to this a little blind. But either way, we'll roll with it. See how the punches land. But other than that, hopefully we'll have a good game today.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not a whole lot of things to talk about here. I mean, we've got the meta. We talked about the meta a lot last stream. We've got like the Hazard, the Genji Sojourn, and then when that's not being played, it's the uh, Malga Reaper kind of thing that we're playing, right?
Mhm. Yeah, nothing's really changed. No patch yet. No hero balance changes. Probably won't expect that for another this week or maybe end of next week. So we'll see what that brings later in the season. But on another note, our next week match on Tuesday is against a pretty mighty challenger. I
That's
will
true.
say so. And who is that exactly?
That's Ball State University. They're gonna be a tough one. Can't lie. A little scared of them, huh?
Yeah, if I
But
remember correctly, were they one of the teams that beat us in the Overwatch Champion Series
I think they
last
might have
semester?
been. They ended last year. I believe it was with 2 losses,
Mhm.
only to us in Northeastern.
Yeah.
So
So that match next week is what a lot of our
or
players are scrimming
Northwestern.
towards. In their skims right now, they're trying new things because after experiencing that one map of Blizzard World last week, little map they were a little unfamiliar with. So they've been practicing on some really strange maps, depending on some picks from enemy teams. So we'll see what they decide to do.
That being said, we can't underestimate the map we're about to, or the games we're about to play here today. That's how you lose right there. You get into a game and you just think, I mean, you're gonna absolutely roll this team, and it's like underdog status for them, and they just come back and roll you, right? Never fun. I used to play Overwatch in high school. on our high school esports team, and that happened on many occasions. We won a couple titles, but we thought we were too good, and then we'd lose to the teams that we shouldn't have.
Can't get cocky. Gotta stay level
Can't get
head.
cocky.
Always have to be a little humble here and there. Even when you know you're good, you gotta like okay, you gotta envision them as good as you. So we just got information we are in lobby. Don't have map pick yet, so we will not be switching quite yet. But other than that, any other heavy points of input?
You know what I'm looking forward to? We've got a few extra players in the room today from normal. We've got of course the main roster, right? We've got but we've also got a few maybe subs we'll see throughout the day if things happen and players need to leave. We've got one player I'm particularly excited about to see again from last week, Alfonso. I mean, having Alfonso come in for that Malga last week
Stomp,
was
stomp,
so much
stomp,
fun.
stomp.
Like he just ran in there, boom, boom, and people were just dying and getting their heads split open.
Yeah, a very good time there watching Alfonso. And then the other player we have there watching in is actually, I think it was the captain of last semester, was Shocker, someone who we had a lot of great time watching, especially Zen gameplay. Whew.
Yeah,
But yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Unfortunately, we will be going to break here in a moment while they decide map bans and map picks. So we will see you then when they decide. And we are into our first map of the game, Lijiang Tower. Lijiang, my apologies. But yeah, we're hitting here with our normal lineup for Miami. Bonesaw on, Pooter Scooter, Nitrous Oxide, and Killian. And on the side of Eastern Michigan, we have Dro, Pupskin, Violet, Bloke, and Indigo.
Pushpin, Violet, Look, Indigo, and Dross.
I'm just gonna say
We're gonna
Dro.
go Dross.
Dross. We'll go Dross.
Yeah,
We'll go Dross.
On Dross.
Pushpin.
But those are definitely 3 new players. Blook and Indigo are players that are returning from last year. Pushpin and Dross, unless a new name, are new players.
We're using
and Violet.
Using that symmetric teleport to get an early lead going in. Both teams doing it. Pooter running with the Ram here. Bonesaw falling a little low. Dro managed to find him on the Genji. Seems like there's going to be a fight on the point. Without one, Miami's in a bad situation here. Dro's driving in with the Genji dash. Pooter falling really low. A lot of damage out from that Zarya. Kind of a big pick here against the Ramatra. Pooter is going to be in a lot of hurt here, especially with the amount of charge he can build up on her.
Yeah, that is absolutely unfortunate how early Bonesaw fell in that fight. Bonesaw, as we've seen in games past, he's just such the damage dealer that as soon as he dies, everybody has to just kind of back up so that we can compensate. And he just gets split up a little bit, Booter Scooter, and it's just unfortunately just obliterated, really.
Yeah, On has to be very careful here, especially with that Zarya high charge. Seems the teams are trying to get some little alt charge percentages here. Seems Eastern Michigan trying to push up a little bit, get some space. Booter wanting to stick on that Ram, which honestly, in a point like this where it's so enclosed in, kind of good for him. But that Violet's already 77% to his ult with the Graviton Surge. Poster is not even at 40 yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're watching here. He's gonna just walk up, and the Zarya just uses bubble and he just punches into it, and doing so much, giving charge to him, and everybody's split up on the side of Miami. Nobody's Killian not able to heal everybody at once.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a team kill there from Eastern Michigan. Lots of ults coming up for them. Dragon Blade probably might combo with the Zarya grab, unless they just wanted to go without it. The only ult really here for Miami is Bonesaw on the Sojourn and Killian with the Casino Rush. And other than that, Pooter Scooter kind of losing the tank battle here.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not even all that close. Yeah, there's the Dragon Blade and that's absolutely massive.
There's full team care there, and Miami University really have one more push here. They didn't even pop Dragon Blade there. We didn't even notice. It was just
I thought they did.
Full damage. That's a lot of ults here for Eastern Michigan they can just hold on to. Miami has to pull something through here, otherwise they're going to be out of this first point. They have one more touch here.
Yeah. I think they're going to they have to lead with their ults first, but even then, Eastern Michigan still has double support ult, and that's just going to be so much. Nitrous Oxide getting Look and Bonesaw getting
But here's
fixed,
the thing,
but
Nitrous Oxide and On go to the point to get a retouch. And then Soundbeard coming out. That may give enough. On's 1v1ing draws, killing him, and then also getting push pin. That was wonderful backcapping there from On and Nitrous Oxide. Really just pushing him back. The only problem is high charge are very dangerous for Genji. But they no DPS here for Eastern Michigan, and then the whole team's back. Booster coming back on Hazard allows him to get back quicker. That was beautiful there from Miami.
That wasn't an insane back cap install.
Very good play there from On, realizing that, hey, the whole team pushed up. I'm going to sneak around. Just immediately grabs onto the point, and Nitrous Oxide decides to follow him. Using that sound barrier to stay up. That Genji saw what was up there. He's like, not dealing with that. On having the blade. See what he can make it with it. Full DPS assaults on the side of Miami. Eastern Michigan coming up with that Brig ult. Brig ult can be pretty big against the Genji ult. We'll see if they decide to use it.
Miami University going coast. Hazard going straight into them.
Oh
getting
my
a
goodness.
Huge wall. Getting huge damage into the blade.
That was beautiful there from Miami. That combo between Voodoo Scooter and On. Little bit of a, maybe a little bit of lag there for Bonesaw. Got a little stuck aiming there.
Oh, that was a little rough, Bonesaw. Pooter Scooter still staying alive, trying to just chunk down Zarya, but he got grabbed off a point.
Oh no, that's
they
really
might not be
bad
able to
for
contest.
Miami. They spent a little too long out there trying to fight the Zarya and the Juno. They lose that. They might lose that point unless they get some touches here. Bonesaw trying to get in for a touch, managed to restart overtime. Nitrous Oxide coming with the sound beer at the perfect time.
Killian also going in with the thing. Eastern Michigan orbital red coming in. Pooter Scooter dropping the hazard all, getting two in the all, not actually getting two, only killing Blook, which is unfortunate. There's just still so much damage coming out from the side of Eastern Michigan.
The first point goes to Eastern Michigan. That Brig put in so much value for Eastern Michigan, especially that last fight when Pooter hit that big ult. Even though they were all captured, like she kept swinging, and they just in points like that, Brig's very good there because her rally pretty much covers the other, or her Inspire covers the entire point. And there was a little bad misplays there from Miami. They spent way too long trying to kill that Zarya. A little bit of misaim or miscommunication. Good movement from Eastern Michigan, especially Violet and Bloke, avoiding them, and also a little bit. I don't know what happened with Bonesaw there, but pretty misplay of ult. Yeah, as you can see here, this is a good push from Miami. You can see On just dashing through, realizes what's happening. He just decides he gets the dash reset, so to immediately dash the point.
Yeah, I mean, this right there is what gave Miami a chance. While unfortunately it didn't go through. But we're seeing the Mauga coming in from Pooter Scooter. I hope that we can see a bit of the same thing that Alfonso was able to do, just jumping in there. But Bonesaw going in there, doing so much damage to Violet, getting absolutely chopped down.
Yeah, wonderful there. This is pretty much a better, I would say a better Malga comp here for Miami University, just because using the Reaper with the Sombra, they're playing for the Malga on Eastern Michigan. Pretty much, they're playing for their DPSs, and then Eastern Michigan realizes that, immediately decides to just go for a Reaper mirror. Not having that Sombra gives them a little bit more damage than Miami, but the huge in that Sombra, especially to burst, get rid of that cage or Malga is wonderful with their ult.
You also have to realize kind of why they're doing these comps specifically. This point, both points while are like very close together, this point is so much more enclosed. The Reaper just has so much more power here. Just now going in, Bonesaw trading, but Miami's still down the healing, and Bonesaw not able to keep up with it.
Losing Killian there was really bad. That was very smart on the side of Dross, pushing in to go get Killian. Good target selection there. Nitrous Oxide popping ult to get a little bit more percentage, up to 43. Mostly just because the amount of damage Eastern Michigan has. Salvier is not really going to do much, whether he pops it in an ult.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that sound barrier at all. I think they could have used that even a little bit earlier, if he had it a little bit earlier. I'm not too sure. But Killian now has Kitsune Rush, and they got to use that before Eastern Michigan can use any of. Yeah, just like that. Ooh. And they go in and just chunk Eastern Michigan down. Yeah.
That was a wonderful slam from Pooter Scooter there, managing to knock the Brig into Bonesaw's line of sight. Bonesaw just going full auto on the shotguns and the Kitsune ult, putting in a lot of damage. That was a good Kitsune ult there from Killian. One ult won the fight, and they managed to survive Pushpin's barrage ults. Good play here from Nitro Sox, going back to grab Hooter Screwer to give him a little bit of a speed boost back to the point.
And now we wait. Eastern Michigan kind of grouping up again after that last fight. I think what they need to do is get that cage down. Yep. Although now it just got canceled by the on, which is absolutely beautiful. Satellite Vector coming out from the side of Eastern Michigan, and Blossom coming out, Brig coming out. Every single ult being used this fight.
That was a good turnover for Eastern Michigan there. That was very good from Mon standing out there waiting for the cage to come out. But also very good from Eastern Michigan there, realizing we got to turn this fight around. With our tank, we're losing a lot of pressure here. So immediately, Reaver pops ult, Brig pops ult, giving them enough healing, enough overshield to just push through the team. And we could tell Bone was looking for his own Reaver ult there because they're all in the cage and really grouped together. But after that big ult, you can't really ult through that. And big ult here coming out from Bone, getting rid of Indigo, and that's a lot of healing gone from Eastern Michigan. Bonesaw falls, but it doesn't matter. There was enough damage chucked on the Violet on the Mauga that they could just break him down. Yeah, block falls, and that's going to be another point turnover. This has been really back and forth. It's really just who has the ult at the right time and who's smart enough to use them.
Yeah, absolutely. Miami having 2 support ults, which is more ults than Eastern Michigan has at all, right? And support ults are arguably some of the most important and strongest in the game.
Good Kitsune today from Killian Major to keep. They decided to just rush it and try not to let them touch the point at all. Even if they kill them, they can't really try to get in touch. Nitro Oxide putting in a lot of damage. Sound Barrier coming out. They decided to use everything to get this point. Kind of beautiful there from Miami.
And they don't let them touch.
Yeah, very good. But you have to understand something here is that going to this next point, Eastern Michigan actually has the advantage here because the amount of characters on the team that are over halfway to ult. Meanwhile, Miami really has 1 or 2. Granted, I believe it is the combo nearly.
Oh, Eastern Michigan's gonna possibly. Oh yeah, this was kind of huge here. Like going into this fight, Eastern Michigan had no ults. That was part of the problem with their the fight right before this. They used everything to try and to win the fight. They did win the fight.
Oh,
but
I just realized also didn't carry over.
Yeah, also carry over.
Sorry, the Marvel rival brain rot. I'm sorry.
Sim TP coming out.
I touched grass too hard.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? Sim TP coming out from both sides. Miami going the same thing as last time. Eastern Michigan swapping it up, going with the Zarya.
Ooh, a little risky here for who's sure to be fighting this right room. They're back on the Zarya. Kind of a tank win here for Booter, but at the same time, the damage just keeps coming out. Very dangerous there from Booter, and yep, that was the danger there. The Brig was there waiting for that. He got knocked away, and now they're just going to try searching for On. He might manage to get out, but it's going to be a little risky. Yep. Eastern Michigan winning here a little bit in the ult percentage category. Miami University Killian is getting her ult really fast. As somebody pointed out, she's had her ult nearly 2 times every point. Not every fight, that'd be crazy.
That would be pretty cool, though. Miami University going in. Both bubbles from the side of Zarya going out already. Not being able to do anything, but he's just chunked down by the Reaper and Zarya.
The amount of damage going into Malga just when they have a Zarya like that, that's how you really play against Malga as a Zarya, is you just save your bubbles because they're going to go for you. You save your bubbles, you get 100% charge, and you have to have your team all focused in that Malga because with the comp they're running, I mean, Sojourn, Reaper, even Brig really, with Zarya, can really just burst down the Malga before the enemy can do anything. And Pooster's really got to stop charging in like that. Otherwise, his supports can't really back him up. Oh, that's really bad for the side of Miami. That's all the supports in the back who got hit by that. Booster does try to run back to save him, but both of them get knocked down by the Reaper. That's going to be another fight there for Eastern Michigan. Booster's trying to put in some work here. He builds up his ult. Same with Bonesaw, so we're going to have a full team of ults here from Miami, but Eastern Michigan's also sitting kind of pretty.
True. I mean, Eastern Michigan only used Zarya ult there, or Grav right there. They're still going to have literally everything else. So it's really who can use their ult first, and yeah, like that. And just absolutely stomp all over them. Exactly. You use your ult first so that the other person can, right?
That was also a very good placement of EMP there from On. That was wonderful. Really starting to enjoy his Sombra gameplay. He knows when to go for Yum. He knows when to time. He knows where to hide. Even with that rework of Sombra, which he only stay invisible, I think about 5-6 seconds, he knows how to make it worth. can he time that beautifully? Only 1-0 for Miami. It's winning them the fight. Eastern Michigan didn't even get a chance to use any.
That was a massive alt. And this is I have a theory that this next fight is probably going to be a massive alt fight because
Big brawl.
yeah, they're gonna Eastern Michigan's gonna want to take this here and now. Kitsune coming out from Killian, running straight in their
There it
cage,
is.
going out. Everything is coming out.
Oh,
Yep,
everything. Big
is
blow.
coming out.
He
Huge
made
blossom.
That's incredible. There's something I have to point out there. That's so, oh my goodness, that was wonderful in Miami. That was honestly kind of just an alt, not an alt difference in amount of who used because each team pretty much used 4. But the thing with Miami is that they had 2 that comboed really well. Is that Bonesaw and Killian? Honestly, Eastern Michigan wasn't expecting the the ult from Bonesaw to push through Indigo's rally, and even then, Pootzer did a really good play there and got in front of Bonesaw before he could get stunned by the rally. But with Killian's Kitsune Rush, he managed to shoot quick enough to just damage through it, killing both supports. That was wonderful for Miami. Now they have a fighting chance on this point. Wonderful dash there. Push spin and going a little far. And that's a lot of damage gone, but Draws managed to find one. Grab coming in. Pootzer managed to find Draws as well. It's a tied game here. But unfortunately, Miami lost their tank. On looking for something. Hooters up again. Killian almost to another Kitsune Rush. He might get it off. Nitrous Oxide is back. Hooters going crazy here with Killian. Killian goes down. It's only Nitrous Oxide. He loses a lot of healing here. Pootzer has to be very careful. Oh, it's getting bursted down. Nitrous Oxide does find Bloop though. It's
He's gonna have
he's going for it. He's going for it.
It's
oh my goodness.
They able to defense matrix the entire thing.
Eastern Mission comes back on Diva. Very good play there. Miami's coming. Booster's gonna come back on Maga still because he's so close to the ult. The Killian comes out with the Kitsune Rush, give him a little bit of support there. Shocker's just, or not Shocker, like your Sox are just in the back. Nexus is falling really low. He's almost to ult. This is the thing with at this point, is it contesting for so long. Pushman getting on, that's really bad. Booster also falling again. 3 down for Miami. 4.
Satellite Vector coming in from the side of Eastern Michigan
Oh
is
no.
gonna be the end, I think. Overtime, nobody's gonna even spawn fast enough, I don't think.
Nitrous, well, On's gonna try switching. Cruiser's also gonna try switching. They're
On's gonna try, but it's not
Violet
gonna
good with the 180 there touching. Cruiser is gonna try. He doesn't get it. First game to Eastern Michigan. That was like a wild fight there, way back and forth, both sides. That was wonderful for both teams. Eastern Michigan just clutching it up, managing to get the switches in time and just get it. Honestly, something about that fight is if Bonesaw here nearly coming in super clutch with the Death Blossom on point at the end there. This Death Blossom also, this is what I was talking about. The Kitsune Rush with the Death Blossom just bursted through Indigo's rally and just destroyed them all. That was wonderful there from both teams.
Absolutely. I mean I really get the plays and everything, but at the very end there, when everything was at the very final fight, Pooter Scooter just kept lasering into the Zarya, and I get the idea you want to break the shield and kill the Zarya, but the Zarya had so much healing that he just couldn't chunk her down fast enough, and was able to give so much charge to it, to Violet, and it was just over. It felt like Zarya was just a raid boss almost.
Yeah, that round though, that's something that we have to point out. Violet there making the very clutch switch onto that Diva, touching that poise last second. Maybe Pusker should have done the save, even with the ult charge. It switches something here, but Violet there switching that Diva because we saw Bonesaw nearly won on that point. That Death Blossom got halfway through another, and someone else was around the corner that he was moving towards. Then the Diva came in, and then also I think it was their enemy Juno also came in. Killian popped the ult. I don't know if she may have needed to pop that a little bit earlier, but that ult did keep them up long enough. But by then, since Pooter decided to stay on the Mog, he got back slower than the enemy tank, and then they couldn't do much about it. And another thing to point out is that after they went back on the Zarya, I don't know if the Sombra switch was actually the correct move there.
Yeah.
Or the Sombra, keep on the Sombra there was the correct move there. Because against Maga, it makes sense. Your Maga keeps cage, theirs doesn't. Eastern Michigan realizes we're going to lose the Maga 1v1. We'll just go to what we did when we won the first round. And they did that, and they won the full game. So we'll see what Miami tries doing here. I believe this was our map pick or just a random one?
I don't actually
Who
know.
knows? But we'll see what Miami decides to go here because that was very good for Eastern Michigan. A lot of comebacks there from both teams. It was really back and forth that last round. And really was just because something I could have decided there too is if nitrous oxide would have been the first one to die, that's basically that last fight. He had Soundberry as a Lucio. You can definitely make it back there before
Oh
you
yeah.
get at 89%. So he could have maybe touched, recontested. They all could have fought back. And really at that point, Eastern Michigan didn't have a lot of ults. So kind of a heartbreaking loss there for Miami. They could have had that just a few misplays here and there, but we'll see what they decide to do coming in this next map. We do not know which one yet. So we will go on break here for a little bit, and it was this so far the series is 0-1 to Eastern Michigan. We will see you in a few minutes.
Welcome back. We're coming straight into game here. We are on Kings Row, and guess who we have in on tank from Miami? It's none other than Ace Alfonso. I am very excited to see this. His Mauga yesterday was or 3 day two but Tuesday. Oh boy, days are days are coming together at this point. College
Yeah,
is crazy.
end of the week. Everyone's
And
getting a little tired. Just all mashing together into one thing.
not for real, mashed potato of days. Anyway, on Tuesday when Alfonso was playing, he was just stomping everywhere. So much fun to watch. But we might have a bit of a it might be a bit of a problem here. Eastern Michigan decided to go the same thing that they were running at the end of Lijiang Tower with the Violet Zarya, and then running everything just about the same as or the same DPS as Miami basically. But
Alfonso going in aggressive.
indeed, Alfonso going in aggressive, running straight in without the supports on. Also, no supports behind him.
On getting caught out a little there. Miami has to really back up here and honestly give them a little bit of point space here until On comes back. But it should be pretty quick here. We'll see what fight here is going here, but this is pretty much a mirror match of the last fight on Lijiang Tower, but it's just Alfonso instead. Real good pushing here from really good there from Bonesaw. Just 1v1ing the Reaper, finding the picks. And also good focus damage on the Violet and the Zarya. They managed to find that hack after she popped 2 of her bubbles. Very good there for Miami. Good retake. They got a little bit of percentage, but as long as you hold that point, you're sitting kind of pretty.
Yeah, Pushpin on the side of Eastern Michigan is looking real nice with his ult already up to 61%. I mean, Sojourn ult being one of the most impactful DPS ults if you can, if you are skillful, which all these players are. Huge slam, not getting anybody unfortunately. Big damage coming out on Alfonso and no healing or just so much damage. That's what this Eastern Michigan comp is good at. I mean, Alfonso goes in there, stomps onto the bubbles, right? The Zarya bubbles. Zarya gets charged and absolutely destroys whoever ran in there with him.
Bonesaw doing very good there, managing to find a pick onto Indigo on the brig, and then also managed to get out alive. Very good gameplay there from Bonesaw. Almost 100% of his ult already. Same here from Dross and Pushpin. On trying to find the hack on the Zarya, can't find it really. Like, that was very good there from Eastern Michigan, by the way, in that first point. Managing to use the Reaper to bait Alfonso to go for the dash. Going a little too far with it.
Sojo coming in from the side of Eastern Michigan.
Big push, big slam.
Nitrous Oxide going in, huge. Bonesaw, I wouldn't be surprised if he used Blossom here, but nope, it's just a cleanup now.
Very good there. Popping really only one ult in the form of Sound Barrier and just kind of bursting on through. Violet here, all having the Graviton Surge though. We saw this last game. The Graviton Surge was basically an instant win button for that team. Alfonso really holding spawn here. They don't want them coming out of that side of there. But they're going to fight here. It's going to be a big brawl. We'll see if Eastern Michigan decides to come out or not. It seems they are. They might pop Grav here. Alfonso going in. Oh, nearly very good. That bubble from Violet really saving Pushpin there. Absolutely. They managed to find Indigo, though. They're going to try backcapping the point, but Bonesaw and Nitrous understood that. They zoomed back there, finding the basically 2-second death on the Dross on the Reaper.
Oh, no, that's not good. Cage and Blossom coming out, and it's only Violet in there, and he's completely fine.
That was a little bit of a misplay there from Miami. A little bit unlucky. But
yeah.
Alfonso and Bonesaw popping ult. Bonesaw popping in after Alfonso had pretty much already died, and Killian also popping.
Where did Kitsune Rush come from?
Kitsune came out trying to survive the grab, but at that point it was too much. Without Alfonso, they're taking most of the damage. Was enough. I mean, Miami does have the EMP, which is a pretty big game-changing ult here, but Eastern Michigan also has the Brig ult. Another big rush here from Miami. They managed to get the EMP off, but the Brig ult comes in time, pushing him up. Pushpin really just annihilating everyone on the top there. They got to get him off there, but it's too much for Miami. Pushpin finding 3 in that fight. Nitrous just running away. Clock's down at 2:35 for Eastern Michigan, nearing the second point. There might just be a cap here unless they can get there quick enough. I think Nitrous Oxide might be going for a little bit of touch. Nope, they're giving to him.
Nope. Yeah, I think that's unfortunately a cap. I mean, that Miami's kind of just really getting rolled here. If we're being completely real, it's I'm not I can't even quite diagnose what's going on. Other than like Miami having so much damage and like Miami just always shoots the Zarya bubbles, thinking that they can uh, uh, destroy the player or the pet player in the bubble, but like it's just not working that way.
Yeah, they managed to survive push pins all there on the Sojourn. Using that sound barrier, very good there. Very good use of sound barrier, especially when they have a lot of ults on Eastern Michigan side, which you can't really survive with it. I feel like what's happening here really is Alfonso's kind of just getting baited. I don't know if Mog is really the right play to go here.
Yeah, I really I I think we might need to swap the Sombra as well. Because the hack just gets canceled by the bubble, but Kitsune coming out from Killian and both supports are already dead from the side of Miami. Satellite Vector coming in from the side of Eastern Michigan, and
Alfonso managed to find push pin in the back on
yeah,
one, but he doesn't have any healers there to protect him. He just gets bursted down. Bonesaw almost having ult here, trying to look for a touch to try and build his ult a little bit. Nitrous can't really touch. They got to go in somewhere. Really good shots here from Killian trying to touch. Alfonso trying to come back, but that's going to be a cap from Eastern Michigan. 2 minutes and 30 on the clock. That is massive.
that is big time. I Eastern Michigan just seems to have it like figured out right now.
They have their comp, they play it, and from what I know for Eastern Michigan, apparently this mainly Zari heavy comp here, and really I don't think Miami's really come prepared for that. They're usually here from Mogamirs, Hazard, or Ram, even a random Orisa once in a while. They're not used to facing the Zarya.
Absolutely not. And if you actually notice, in the first map we played here on Lijiang, the only maps that they won were the ones that they played Zarya during during control center. They played the Malga. They mirrored the Malga, and they completely they
Pretty
they
much got stomped.
they got yeah, pretty much rolled over. So it's just this might just be like a comfort pick for Violet.
And it seems Nitrous Oxide Alfonso trying to figure out what to pick. With the Rhine coming out from Alfonso, I'm going to enjoy this.
That could be interesting. I honestly think that it would be more realistic and better to mirror the Zarya.
Yeah, realistically.
I think that would be the better move.
But still, it's Ryan, man.
That's true.
It's Ryan on King's Row.
I can't lie. It's a oh Ryan May. That makes me feel a lot better.
Okay,
Actually.
Ryan May Lucio. This is exactly the type of comp you want. Usually it's either McCree or Reaper, which we saw there.
And there's a Cassidy now.
Yeah, so we'll see what they decide to do. Really just going to rush in. They just have to be really careful of that Reaper. The Reaper is the thing that could really just burst down. There it is. That's a lot of damage. That was wonderful execution. Miami realized they have to kind of stop playing what's really super meta here, and we got to counteract this off-meta pick here from Eastern Michigan.
Absolutely. I mean, and at this point they've got point, and they're just Eastern Michigan is just firing from all angles, or at least the angles that they have. Reaper up on the high ground, Soj up on the high ground, and it's just Reaper contesting right now. Oh, Mauga swapping in now.
Yeah, very good swap there from Eastern Michigan. That is, Malga's pretty much the main counter to Ryan besides Orisa. They decided to try switching to it, and also Dross going on to the Torbjorn. Very interesting pick here.
Yeah, what's interesting about the oh, this is actually Eastern Michigan is just like full countering. It seems like because the Torb is not a good thing for Rhine, and neither is Mauga, right? Having these characters that constantly shoot straight at the shield and just with the aim of destroying it is not a great thing.
Yeah, it seems like really Miami is trying to play a little counter swapping game here. Because here's the thing: if Miami decides to go over to Malga, Eastern Michigan knows from the first game that Miami's just kind of better at it.
Oh.
Wonderful wall from On, really good there. Pushman managed to find Bonesaw, but it doesn't really matter with the amount of damage that's able to be put out. Look at Killian with those headshots, basically destroys Indigo. A little finish off there from Alfonso, but yeah, Miami, you're playing this comp really well, especially into Amalga. On being very careful with using that wall, waiting for the correct moment, and they know when to call it.
Yeah. we're looking at Eastern Michigan. They've got two ults coming in, Blook and Pushpin. Uh, whereas Miami has almost four, all of them except for Killian's.
Big.
High Noon coming out, trying to look for
Oh,
the the Mauga,
just
but now just fanning the hammer at this point. Blizzard
unloading
comes
six
out.
shooters into him.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually kind of a big blizzard because it forced him not to get there. Kind of a miss slam there. Too much damage from that
Oh,
Torbjorn going into the Rhine. It's not like Victor coming out, and it seems Miami's just gonna try running away the minute Alfonso died.
that
See,
was.
that's the thing with Rhine there is if you get caught out, especially against a high damage character like Tor, where you can just burst you down 3-4 shots, especially with an ult there from Blook, he kind of just gets annihilated, even when the Mog is down. And the Mog actually is coming up here on the ult, and wonderful double shot there from On, catching Pushpin, being a little too greedy on the high ground.
That.
Oh,
Oh, uh-oh. He needs to hold up his shield, help his team survive a little bit.
yeah, that was a very good dash there from Violet though, managing to just dash in and knock and the way that that stomp worked is it pushed both Killian and Alfonso away, so they couldn't really protect each other.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
very good. And now Eastern Michigan coming up on 2 ults here. Miami going on to I think 1 or 2, but it seems Alfonso's it's a little bit of no, I can't remember the word.
Comp anxiety, man.
Compilation. No.
I don't know, man. They
I
don't
can't
know.
remember the word. Well, I'm my Overwatch brain is brain farting. But
I don't know. I don't know what you're going for either. Honestly,
they're a little confused. I'll just say that on what they want to play here. But it seems they're just going to go for the mirror, and we've seen this comp before from Miami. On the Genji, Alfonso on the Malga. Realistically, they know they're the better team with this comp based on last game, and should win pretty much every fight on it. There we. Oh, but the rally comes in. That's a lot of healing for what happened there.
Got stuck on a light post.
A little bit of a bug there. Kind of worked in Alfonso's favor, managing to skip the stomp off, get some health regen, and it also caused Violet to miss his stomp on him. And incoming, the continued rush coming in. Multicore also coming in. Miami's got to be careful. They're going to get burst down at Molten Core. Yeah, they all pretty much stepped right into it. And it really is only Killian and Nitrous Oxide here, and they're kind of getting pushed. Nitrous Oxide is like, screw it, give me small charge. I'll fight it, I'm close. And then, wow, what a long shot there for Pushpin.
Yeah, Miami just needs to group up. I think there's a bit of anxiety, probably a bit. I mean, they need to calm down a little bit, think about this, and kind of go in. They know what they're doing, and like kill this guy. Violet absolutely just running straight into this. High Noon is. Oh, he should have held it a little bit longer. Not getting anybody with the High Noon, unfortunately. Brig being super out of position. They're going to go for him, and I think they're going to get it. They're not. Holy cow.
Good there from Violet. Violet's been an excellent player this match so
Yeah.
far. But they managed to get Indigo either way. Killian managed to find him on the backside. But Bonesaw and On both go down. He managed to get that in. And he Nano Boost going onto Alfonso as well. What is happening here from Miami?
Miami, man. I can't even tell you what's happening right here. Like, I really think it's like nerves. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it.
Facing an unfamiliar complex.
Yeah.
What that happened earlier, they managed to push on what they're normal to, but Eastern Michigan at that point just kind of had an ult advantage. They do have a combo here with the Blade and Cage, and then maybe we'll get around this corner and cap it, because at this point, if they manage to win a fight, they should win. But like, here's the thing: is now Eastern Michigan's realizing we got to get the first push in here every time now, and now they just go down again.
Yeah.
21 seconds on the clock. They only have maybe really one more touch.
They need in this last touch to get a really good cage and a really good a blade. That's what needs to happen. The damage needs to come out. And do they have touch? Where's touch?
They managed to stop him on the right. I think. Oh, they got it last second. Good Alfonso managed to get it last second. The Brig's really low. The blade comes out. He's trying to find some picks here. The good movement from the Brig. But they're there. Killian and Nitrous Oxide are still there doing some damage. The Zen Pick proving very useful here. Managing to cast draw, so he pushed a little bit, tried to place a turret down and stop him. And Alfonso got stopped at the beginning by the enemy Mog, but managed to find a touch. They're going to try touching here again, but Nitrous Oxide has that Zen ult, which Eastern Michigan has nothing to really counter it, so it's just free healing on their part.
Yeah.
And Miami's pretty much all back now, going on to the Tracer to get back quicker.
Miami needs
And
to kill
that
this.
Discord is massive. The amount of damage they're putting onto him.
Miami needs
Ooh.
to kill this Torb fast. Molten Core's coming out.
Yep.
Yeah, there it
Only
is.
got 3 splashes down. That's very good for Miami. They may go to the cap this. Nitrous Ox is just like, screw it. I'm probably gonna switch out of this
Zenyatta.
Zenyatta ult anyways, and he pops it, just keep him alive. But that was very good for Miami. Nearly lost that, but Alfonso managed to find a quick touch.
Yeah, that's scary right there. That kind of shows Miami they're not unbeatable. You know, like they need to lock in a little bit here. But Eastern Michigan swapping Dross now onto that Reaper, going into what they had during control point. Exactly.
Wonderful stomp there. Really, that Discord is probably going to be a little bit of a problem there for Violet. The amount of damage they're putting on. Alfonso falling a little low. He's running in to grab that health pack, but he leaves his team alone to get shot at by Pushpin. Pushpin still has the ult up, but Alfonso's falling a little low. Good Suzu there to keep Alfonso alive. Big ult there.
Coming out from the side of Violet, and he just gets everybody.
Yeah, Cage there in that tiny room, especially with the Reaper. It's going to be that. They might have one more touch here on trying to find a way out in order to survive. He's close to Pulse on. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of ults coming up for Miami. They might have a chance to cap this, but they won't really have any time left unless they get this very quickly. And with the amount of time East Michigan has, it's going to either be a draw or a loss.
Yeah, it's going to be and it's going to be an absolutely uphill battle now that happened. That cannot happen at a time like this. 4 seconds left. No. Miami is down and out, unfortunately. Killian, the final champion, is not able to touch the point here.
It's going to be game 2 going to East Michigan, going 2-0 in this series against Miami. Miami have to figure something out. They are not playing how they usually are.
No, not at all. You got to give it to them. Got to give it to Eastern Michigan though. They are playing really well. Like for what last regular season, they were 3-10. Whatever changes they made, maybe it's these new players, maybe it's I don't know, but something is working. You have to give it to them.
Yeah, especially I have to give it to Violet there. Really pulling through there.
Absolutely.
He realized this Zarya wouldn't work into that Ryan, instantly switched to Maga. And for a player who usually 90% of the time apparently plays Zarya, he played Maga pretty well into that comp, especially against someone like Alfonso we saw Tuesday, really showcasing just how good he is on Maga. And like also the healer's pushpin as well, putting in so much damage. And also Dross knowing when to switch on that DPS. He played that Torb to go against that Ryan. But he decides, okay, we'll just go with the same thing again, Reaper into this. And since Bonesaw didn't really switch to Reaper either, which honestly probably would have got a little bit more extra damage onto Violet. But yeah, Miami realized to figure something out here. They're not playing how they used to be. I don't know if it's a little confidence issue or a little bit insecurity against playing this type of team, but we'll see what they can do.
I was talking to you earlier. Like, of course, I mean, you can't go into a game like expecting the team to just be bad, right? You have to go into a game expecting a good game, right? I wonder if that might be the issue, is that they just expected this to be an easy win kind of thing. And it's absolutely not going to be. You can't be going into games doing that, like we were talking about before. I don't know if that's the case, but if it is, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, we really need to see Miami here, just kind of pulling out what they're used to. Because honestly, what it seems like is Eastern Michigan trying to just run comfort picks. I would honestly want Miami to do the same thing. Not really for the Orisa, but honestly, if they just decide to stick with the Mulga but change up the DPS a little, and also just kind of keep the Mulga like not do as much damage. Because that's things that the whole reason why the Mulga didn't really work on that Zarya is because they were boosting her so much. And they were able to just kind of kill anything in their way. And the amount of healing for Miami wasn't really high with Nitrous Oxide and Delucio, especially with how much he was playing like out of separation from Pooter and Alfonso. So we'll see what they decide to do here in this next game. Don't know the map yet, but we should hear in a bit. And until then, we will be going to a short break, and we will see you then. And we are back here with our third match of the night, Miami University of Eastern versus Eastern Michigan, and they are on Saravasa. Pretty standard pick here for Miami to play this map, either one or two, and they are really confident on this map. So no subs for either teams, it seems. So we'll see what Miami decides to pick. Seems like going for that heavy brawl Maga pick into Eastern Michigan's standard Zarya. So we'll see what they said to do. If the difference in map knowledge really saves them here.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan opting for the sim. Yeah, okay. Pushpin going into the Soj. I was a little confused because there's not really a TP spot here. It's not that good. You don't TP that far. But Miami University going over to the left side, away from where you would normally fight this,
Yeah.
and that puts Eastern Michigan basically already on point.
Another thing to point out here is that Killian is on the Moira and Nitrous Oxide on the Juno. When Nitrous Oxide is usually wonderful wall there from Bonesaw, and we actually have a switch up here from who's playing what for On and Bonesaw. Bonesaw is actually going for the May, which as a DPS player like him, you can make it work. And On going on the Reaper. That was very good wall there from Bonesaw, kind of just winning them that first fight immediately, managing to wall Violet and just burst him down.
Very
Eastern
true.
Michigan tried destroying the wall in time. They got it down, just wasn't enough.
Very, very true. May Bonesaw already going up to 65% ult charge, pretty good. Gonna have, I mean, if that keeps up, he's gonna have Blizzard by the end of this fight, which is kind of crazy.
Ooh,
Running
another.
straight in and gets Violet all the way down.
Yep, this is the Miami we like to see. Heavy aggressive, hearing that call from Bonesaw, that the wall's up. Alfonso's like, I trust you, full charge in, no hesitation. Bonesaw's kind of looking for the Reaper here. He's being a little sneaky.
Just kind of dodging a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right to avoid the icicles. Yeah, even on 1 health, but
Yeah, Miami here. Seems the Intermission going for one last push. They're gonna go for the Magamir. I don't know what this name, and they managed to wall him off. Looking to be a pretty big male here. And to just really just separate the enemy Maga. And they managed to just burst him down because none of the healers could really push in because of the male. And yeah, he goes down, Dross goes down, Pushpin goes down, they all go down. That's going to be first point there for Miami. This is the Miami we like to see. Heavy aggressiveness. And they know how to take these fights. Bonesaw on this main is really enabling them here.
true. That I really like that May out there. It did really separate them. But now Miami has got 3 ults with Eastern Michigan coming up with, or sorry, 4 ults coming up against another 4 ults. Eastern Michigan's Violet isn't even like all that close to Cage, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is the difference in Maga here. Violet's a very good tank player, knowing how to switch. But in terms of Maga like experience, it's really Alfonso having the win here. And look at that, just showing there. I mean, Alfonso kind of just going for the team while but big ults there from Eastern Michigan, kind of just picking off Miami instantly like that. That was very good there. Realizing Violet was close to going down, that they lost one, they're just like, okay, screw it, both DPS ults, and managed to win that fight. Miami University really only popping the Moira ult, which honestly, in terms of ults, isn't that good.
It's not a great ult. In the past, I mean, you were able to build it up super fast in like Overwatch League, and it would be like crazy. But it's not great. It's not the best of these ones here. Miami going off to the side, a bit of a flanking area. Cage coming out from Violet, Blossom coming out from On, but
Ooh,
but
then
Eastern Michigan is just able to do more.
But then the rally comes out, and Bonesaw Killian realized can't get them all charged. Maybe get one last fight here. But yeah, that was very good there from Eastern Michigan with the counterplay there. 3 ults coming out from Eastern Michigan to really stop that, the 2 ults from Miami. But that was very good.
Yeah, absolutely. Cage coming from Miami is going to be Cajun Freeze. Yeah, there it is.
The only thing is someone has to have to go touch point, but On goes down on the Reaper. And they're really keeping them up here in this cage. They're all super low.
Malgo won, and everybody in that cage is just going to be able to be killed except for the Pushpin and Indigo. But even then, we weren't able to touch. So
Yeah, Eastern Michigan really kept that point. Kind of a waste of that thought for Miami to have the cage there. Something's just going wrong here in that fight. They really couldn't touch. They're all kind of just stuck in there.
yeah, for real, they do need to keep calm on using that Reaper spray. But I mean,
We do have the male here coming from Miami. Pretty big ult here as we saw the first time. This may have won them this fight upcoming. But they do have the Pushman with the Sojourn ult and the Reaper ult is almost coming up. Alfonso's going in. A lot of damage coming in that Reaper. Walling off kind of a little bit of their healers. Male comes in, really just zoning them off point. Gonna try to get some percentage here, but Pushman with this ult is ridiculously good. He finds the headshot on the Bonesaw and just kind of cleans him up.
yeah, Violet getting a kill onto On, Violet getting a kill onto Alfonso, and I mean, it's just cleanup here. Whoever can get the kill for. Nitrous oxide. I mean, we're gonna see On and Bonesaw switch back. Bonesaw going back to the Reaper. I mean, I this is what we've been seeing the entire time. Really, Bonesaw's always been on the Reaper, but I don't know, man. Eastern Michigan has every ult except for push pins. Well, Miami has double support ult, which could assist them in getting through this, but they'd have to predict that pretty well. They need to use their ults first.
A little
Yeah,
bit of a big goal there. Yep, there it is. Oh,
everything is holy everything.
yeah, but the die
Everything.
comes in. The Moira just not being enough to keep him up even through the cage and the die. And that'll be FI1. It seems Killian's trying to get back to spawn. They need to switch something up here in their whole comp.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yep.
mean, I I want to see them try the Zarya, quite frankly. Oh, Alfonso just ran straight past him and
Yeah.
then trying to like get the back line and then
Yeah.
he just kind of.
Gets
But no, he got overtime, which I mean it makes sense, but it did. He could have just gone away because
Yeah.
he was gonna lose it anyway, and now spawn is farther away. Got one. Oh, that feels that feels a bit toxic,
Yeah, a
but
little bit chatting in there. But Miami University having almost around 3 ults here. These are not really having any. So they do have the ult advantage here, but we'll see if they can make something work with it. We're going to need a lot of little confidence here from Miami. They got to stop being so passive.
yeah, I mean, I think just Eastern Michigan is just shutting them down. The damage, the push pin and Joss are doing. I mean,
Big damage into that Mulga on the side of Eastern Michigan. They're trying to make something worth it. Alfonso with the cage gets two. It
gets
seems to be
one.
two. Manages to get the Reaper as well. Honestly, the Killian switch onto the Brigade might have just saved Miami there because the amount of healing and support that Berg is giving. On walking straight up on the Sojourner, gonna light him up. The Sojourner switch also giving Miami University enough damage here. And see what's just going on full on mirror here. Miami just said screw it. We're copying you.
Yeah, if it works, man. I mean, it. I don't know. A lot of the teams in professional do a mirror, right? It's you figure out the meta and then you use that exclusively that, and it's kind of like it's a very easy test to see who's better, who's straight better at their role, right? And Nitrous Oxide is getting the kill, On getting the kill, Alfonso killing Violet, and it's like that was clean.
Yeah, one
Uh,
ult there for Miami won them that fight.
I think it was a little bit that Eastern Michigan wasn't expecting a fight all the way over there, right? Usually you stay on the point a bit, but
Yeah. Something you have to expect here, though, is Eastern Michigan does have 5 ults coming up, nearly. So we'll see what Miami is going to do. They're going to try winning this point, but they have to keep ults up a little bit. Oh, the big cancel against the Manga ult. That was wonderful. But then, Pushpin also pops her ult. Draw's doing his ult. Bonesaw's super low. The rally comes in from both sides. They're trying to keep him up. The Pushpin trying to find shots on. Bonesaw finds Indigo, but dies to Draws. They're going to have to fight this on point. I don't know if it's only 2 supports. I don't know if they can get this.
yeah, I don't think they get that. They're gonna have to back up and just recontest. That was unfortunately with a lot of ults. Although they're gonna Miami is coming up on Bonesaw's and Alfonso's cage Blossom.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan not really having any. That was kind of pretty much a sure win there for Eastern Michigan because they have 5 ults up to Miami's 2. Miami put up a valiant fight there, but it was just too much damage. Bonesaw trying to find some picks on the back line. They're all just kind of running on, getting put down. And Bonesaw's a little too far back on the flank to do anything. And yeah, they're just going to get pushed and die. I don't know if they can really do anything here.
Well, they're gonna get touched. Whether they're gonna be able to do anything with that or not, we'll see. I mean,
No, it's
it looks like
unfortunate.
not, unfortunately.
That's really bad. And that's
Yeah.
going to be game, set, and match going to Eastern Michigan. Really unfortunate. Miami had a chance at that point, but a little bit of separation there. It was kind of bad from Miami.
Yeah.
Bonesaw kind of separated, and then once Violet saw that was happening, he just ran straight in without balls. There, not really a lot of damage there. In a mirror manga count like that, you can't really flank very often.
That was rough. It felt like Eastern Michigan just did everything better. I mean, their alts ended better. Pushpin did so much damage. I mean, Violet, insane, right? I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know. I, I think Miami might have been better off switching into something different a little sooner. Like uh towards the end of Saravasa, right? They started mirroring. I think that could have been a good idea, honestly, starting that sooner. Cuz I do think that Miami could have been like the better team, right? Play mirror against mirror, right? Uh and that's truly just kind of how you see who's better, right?
Mhm.
And it was working when we were doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, very good there. I feel like it's just one team played better today and one team didn't.
Hmm.
I mean, we saw a lot of misplays there from Miami throughout honestly, pretty much all the games. But yeah, like especially in game two, there was a misalt, a misplacement of some stuff, a little bit of separation, especially that. And then in that third game, I don't know what happened there. Like separation, one person went too far, especially Alfonso going in too far. His team got destroyed. Kind of just a little bit splitting up. I don't know what happened there with Miami. They're gonna need to go back to the workshop and work something up here if they want to win next week's match. But good luck to Eastern Michigan. That was very good gameplay from them. Violet really coming out, being the hero there, managed to make those tank swaps. He played Maga wonderfully for a person who usually solo tanks Zarya, usually all the time.
Yeah.
Very good there from Violet. Gotta give him his supports credit though, especially that Brigida, which I think was Indigo,
Hmm.
super well timed, especially push pin the DPSs. You got to give him that. Dross, and then also who am I forgetting? The Juno.
Probably it was the Juno. Yeah.
I can't remember his his name on this one.
Brook
I'm
or
sorry.
Blook.
Brook, that was it. Very good plays there from all of them. They played that wonderfully, really making each of their comps work. It was just really unfortunate on the side of Miami. They're going to go back to the workshop, figure something out. We'll rewatch those clips and see what they did wrong and try to face off next week's match. But you have to understand is that Eastern Michigan is kind of a one trick pony type of team, and they came in knowing that they're probably going to play Zarya, and they couldn't really do much against it because Eastern Michigan's like, we can do something different, sure, and we'll still win. So very good there from Miami. They have to work something up here, but other than that, that's going to be it for the night. We have no outro interview. It seems the team doesn't after that loss doesn't really want to do one. So we will be going into I believe our next match is next Tuesday.
Indeed.
So we'll
Indeed.
be going into outro, and we will see you all next week.
Thank you. See you then.